Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your tarot card reading for October 2023. Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your October reading. I already pulled this card out, then I got interrupted, but I wanted to just kind of start over because it was the card that did organically come out for you for October. So this card says revolution. All right, transformation, a radical change, give up the old to make way for the new, and a quantum leap. Now, I love this. It's eclipse season. Okay, we have the first eclipse on the 14th. We have the full moon eclipse in Taurus on the 28th. And then later on through October and on into November, we're going to be making our way into Scorpio season. So it really does feel really regenerative. This particular time of year feels like we can actually see significant changes and significant results if we start really pushing ourselves or doing things differently. I think it's important to remember for Virgo that Black Moon Lilith has just entered into your sign. She's going to be here for about a little less than a year, okay? And she really brings out a rawness. And sometimes there's like a raw motivation or some kind of a dark force that is guiding us. When I say dark, I don't mean like bad. Okay, what I mean by dark is kind of an unseen. It's like we're motivated now in ways that we don't necessarily understand. We're motivated by actually achieving it and actually getting it and having it. And there's a little bit of greed, but like a good kind of greed, right? It's the kind that keeps you focused and keeps you dedicated and committed, right? Because when you have your eye on a goal and you really do want it enough, you're going to do what it takes to go get it. And I think Lilith is definitely that bridge there. And if you don't have a strong ambition normally, now some of you do, some of you are highly ambitious people, and that's fine. But if you don't have a natural ambition, I think Lilith can kind of come in and add to that. And where you don't have it or where you're lacking, you can kind of have that fill in the gaps a little bit. Because when you are driven to make radical change, big changes in your life, you're going to need to be ambitious. You're going to need to have a little bit of that kind of sparkle in your eye and say, you know what, I really want that and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. Because if you don't have it, sometimes you can lose focus. Sometimes you can start prioritizing other things. Well, that's basically losing focus, I guess. But then that may not necessarily lead to the change that you actually want or to the change that you claim you want. Okay, bring love into the situation. Now, when I say love in this instance, it's not romantic love. Okay, this is like universal creation, love of all humanity and all things. And I think having love for your human existence is going to be a part of this too. Especially when we are on a more spiritual track, sometimes we tend to abdicate the more material things, and that's fine. But I kind of think like now this is a time for both. It's a time for spirituality and it's a time for physicality. And you're in this world, you're here, you might as well go after the things of this world. And I think it's a love for the experience that really can enhance the pleasure of doing that. When you go after something with love, when you go after something with good intent, which I do believe Virgo has good intentions for whatever their ambitions are, you can help others. You can help others. And when you make a big change, you can carve the way for others to experience change too. You can inspire others and you can help others motivate themselves. All right, doing this and having a personal revolution is an act of love, a radical act of love. All right, but you have to do this first. Okay, let's go ahead and pull out the tarot cards, the first 3 tarot cards. So what is it that Virgo really needs to know for October and on into November? We have the Lovers. We have a 10 of Cups. And a High Priestess. First of all, the intuition here is on point. And I've been saying this to almost everyone. Like, if you are on the path of self-awareness, this is not a time for you to be questioning your intuition. And the intuition isn't going to be hard to understand. It's not going to be like some deep, dark, hidden thing. All right. When Mars comes into Scorpio, we're usually pretty clear on what's going on inside. All right. Mars comes into rulership on the 12th as he enters Scorpio. He'll be there for a while. Okay. A couple of months. And he will really enable us to kind of like with a laser sharp focus be able to go in and pinpoint what's going on inside of us. What are we truly desiring? What is it that's really driving us and whatnot? And the High Priestess, there's no ego here at all. So please do not think that is it my ego? Is it my fear? Is it my pride? No, it's not. It's your soul. All right. Your soul is really driving a lot right now. And in a way, and I mentioned Lilith, I almost kind of feel like your soul is channeling Lilith. It's getting that kind of darker, raw motivation, that raw ambition going, because maybe that's what you really need. Maybe there's been some kind of a separation from that raw part of you, that more, I almost kind of want to say it's like an animal thing. Like, it feels very animal to me. And this is the integration of like your spiritual and your animal kind of stuff. I don't know why I'm feeling that with the Lover's card, but I am. So maybe there's like this beautiful integration going on for Virgo, and it's going to make Virgo entirely unapologetic. You may become a little bit insufferable over the course of the next couple of months. Everyone's just like, oh my gosh, tired of Virgo shenanigans because they're just on some kind of a mission. And I just don't know that anyone else is really on this mission with you. You're doing what you're doing. You're focused. You're achieving. You're checking off those tasks off of that to-do list. You're getting those goals done. You're closing those deals. You're getting the accounts. Like, you're doing all the things that you say you're going to do. It feels unstoppable to me. And I actually, 10 of Cups, it feels like there's a fulfilling nature to it. It feels fulfilling. It feels good. It feels like you're living and doing what you're supposed to be living and doing. I don't see Virgos sitting back and questioning and being wishy-washy and whatnot. Now, if you are in a place where you are questioning a lot, or you're in a kind of a stagnation, I would recommend kind of, a moment of contemplation, or a period of contemplation where you just kind of really sit back and say, what is it within myself that I'm denying? Because what I'm seeing here with the Lovers is there is no denial of certain aspects of yourself. You're not pushing anything down. You're not shoving anything to the sidelines. You're just real and raw and honest about what's going on inside. And you're not projecting any shame all over yourself. You're not allowing yourself to feel guilty. It's just like, this is what I want, and this is how I want my life to be, period. So I don't know that anyone is going to have any kind of a say in what Virgo is doing right now. And this may be one of those moments, when Virgo gets a little bit icy. I'm not saying you're like a mean person or anything, but we do know that Virgo has that reputation. I can say it because I'm a Virgo too, but we all have this reputation for being a little bit icy. And when we're focused, and when someone tries to come in and ruin that focus, we can go super cold on them. Maybe Virgo's a little bit cold right now to certain people or for certain things, simply because it doesn't fit. And maybe you're being a little, choosy or a little picky, maybe even nitpicky, but maybe that's what's necessary. Right? Because if you really are trying to create a radical change, or if you truly are trying to give up the old, you're going to have to walk away from the old. And that means maybe you got to go a little bit, super sharp blade, cut it off kind of thing. You want to make a quantum leap, you're going to have to take a quantum leap. So, okay, 4 of Coins, 4 of Cups, and the Hanged Man. All right. I like the way the Hanged Man is depicted in this artwork because he's hanging on a tree that's like full of fruit. There's clearly abundance here. What why do I feel like you've been thinking about something for a long time? Like something has been stewing in your mind. You've been kind of maybe researching or learning. Maybe you've been lurking around the perimeter of something, but you haven't fully jumped in yet. This is going to be that month, not only October, but on into November as well. Libra, Scorpio, and even Sagittarius into December. Like this is the period of time where if you're going to take the leap, then just take the leap. You don't have to think about it anymore. Because if you've been thinking about it for a long time, you've probably been thinking about it since like June, maybe May, June. And it's time, okay? It's time for Virgo to just like hunker down and go do it. And it does mean you're going to have to say no to stuff with that Four of Cups. I think the more and more you say no to things that don't align with what you're trying to do, the more and more you confirm that yes to yourself and that yes to your dream or your ambition, and I don't know why the word greed is like really strong on my mind right now, but please don't think it's greedy, like where you're going to hurt other people. There's no hurting of other people in that you're taking anything away from them or putting them in a worse spot or anything. Like you're not hurting anyone. It's just you have to get greedy for what you want, and you have to want it enough, because a revolution, and I'm using the word just straight from the card, I mean a personal revolution, it's not something that you can just sit on the sidelines and expect it to happen. You have to kind of get in the battlefield a little bit, and you have to kind of do some of the hard work. And I think you have been waiting. You've been waiting maybe for the right moment, waiting for the right time, waiting for the energy to shift. And I'm here to tell you that that moment is now. You don't have to keep waiting anymore. And with the Four of Coins, I feel like it feels like you're on real solid ground. You've got a real good grip. So if you needed to start sprinting or start running quickly, you could do that if you needed. You have what you need, in other words. I don't think you need anything more than what you've got in order to do what you're trying to do. I am kind of seeing a seriousness. I don't know why it feels so serious to me. It feels like something that it's almost as though you have to get serious about it. Otherwise, you're never going to do it. I don't know. It seems kind of fragile. Something feels fragile. Like there's a strong potential that a lot of Virgos will not pursue this change, even though they desperately want it. That they'll reject it, or they will remain not stagnant, but they'll remain where they are, because they're not sure if the benefit is going to outweigh the cost, because there might be some cost to this change. There might be something that you have to lose in order to gain. But maybe that's really where this bring love into the situation comes in, because even though this is a personal thing, it is almost as though you're also trailblazing a little bit. You're carving the path for another person. Like if you're a parent, this might be something really important for your children to see, right? Or if you're an older sibling, you're going to need to do it so that your younger siblings can make the journey a little bit easier. There's something about leadership coming through for me. This is a standing in the front lines and being an example for a lot of people. And that's where the love comes in. And that's why maybe this moment is so serious, is because it's not, it is for you. Yeah, it is for you, but it's also not for you. You'll see the benefits, but you might not see all the other benefits and the whole legacy that you leave by doing this. I don't think you'll realize how inspiring you're going to be. Because you're not just getting rid of the old for you, you're also getting rid of the old for others, or making it safe for them to walk away too. okay, or for them to make the change. Let's see what else comes out for Virgo. For October. 7 of Coins. This is really coming from the fact that wherever it is you are, okay, I am seeing a lot of material, all right? There's a strong connection between the material and the more spiritual or the unseen, okay? It's not it's not too much one or the other. There's a fair balance of both. But you are going to expect to see certain material results. And I look at this 7 of Coins and I say, Virgo, you're not going to be able to get any more out of this situation. Whatever this circumstance is, this is where you are, this is what you've got. Okay, and you're not going to be able to milk any more out of it. You can't get anything else. This is all you're going to get. So if you want more out of a situation, you're going to have to change the circumstance. You're going to have to change your environment, change the people, change the rooms you're standing in, change the conversations that you're having. And then that's when you'll start to see some movement. And this is probably what's pushing everything forward. Now, this card, the 6 of Cups, has been speaking to me differently than it normally does. So for me this month, I want you to think about your little 8-year-old self and think about what your 8-year-old self would want you to do. Because somehow there's that beautiful childlike fearlessness that's, I don't know, it's like it's creeping up. We need to be fearless like a child, fearless like a youngster that doesn't have an understanding of what fear really is or why we should be afraid. And with Lilith, I think there is going to be a little bit more fearlessness too. Now, Lilith may or may not have a substantial impact on you. She may or may not be loud. I think some people, depending on your relationship with her, they're going to be, it'll be more pronounced for some than others, just like every other transit. But if this does come out, if it comes out strong, there's a relentlessness that she can bring. And with relentlessness, there can be a fearlessness, and there can be even sometimes an inexplicable courage and bravery, which might not always feel like the smartest thing. Although, I don't really see you making any mistakes. Right now, astrologically, Virgo, and I'm telling this to a lot of people, to a lot of the signs, is that we're just kind of in a highly calculated environment. We're not really doing things rooted in all this emotion. Even when Scorpio is activated, even though we always say, water signs, emotion, whatever, but Scorpio is not just this recklessly emotional thing, right? Scorpio is highly focused, highly intelligent, highly calculating sign. So with the Libra, with the Scorpio, with Venus in Virgo, even with Jupiter in Taurus, there's just not a lot of room for carelessness. So even though maybe it may feel a little bit, chaotic, revolution can sometimes be chaotic, or even I almost want to say anarchist, like Virgo's going on full anarchy right now against themselves, against their own rules, right? Not against government or whatever, but against yourself, against your own patterns of life. You're going completely the opposite or something. Something powerful is wanting to come out, and it can feel reckless, and it can feel haphazard, and it can feel even am I doing something really stupid here? I don't really know. I think the answer, it's pretty clear, King of Coins. The answer is no. You're not doing anything stupid. I think staying here in the 7 of Coins is detrimental to the spirit. Materialistically, maybe it's fine. Yeah, your bills are paid. Everything is good, right? You know where your paycheck is coming from. Everything is fine. But from a spiritual expansion, here to have a human experience type of place, this can really kill the spirit, the 7 of Coins. And this is often a breaking point, that Seven of Coins. It is the breaking point because we can literally say, there is nothing more that I can get out of this. And then we have a choice. We're then confronted with a choice. Do we stay and just let it be and just be content? Or do we let our soul expand? And that means going and doing something that maybe I've never done before, something that's hard or something challenging or something that requires a lot of work. And when you're in that place, this is that moment where you really can change your whole life. And I have felt an intensity for October, November, and December, and even on into January. Okay, the next 4 months, there's an intensity about this month. It's not just the eclipses, although it's really kicking it off, but it has a lot to do with Pluto stationing direct and making its way back into Aquarius as well. Now, it's not going to make its way into Aquarius in October, but it will by the end of the year. And then we're going to have our second, right? This is the second time that Pluto will be dipping into Aquarius. And then next year, late next year, it will finally be in Aquarius to stay. But Aquarius really is demanding a personal revolution for sure. Okay, so I think Pluto is really what's driving all of this. So let's go ahead and pull out the clarifiers because this will be an interesting story to continue. So for those of you who are new, we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. So if you want to join, the link for that is in the description box in the comment thread down below. So let's see, we start off with the moon. We have the Four of Wands. And then we have the Five of Wands. Beautiful. For the environment, we have the World. I like the World with the Hanged Man. We have the Knight of Swords. And Strength. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the Lovers. What else does Virgo need to know about the Lovers? Okay. We have Seven of Coins again. So matching that, we have the Hierophant. And Queen of Cups. Six of Cups again. I like that the Six of Cups and the 10 of Cups are together. Five of Coins. Nine of Swords has been coming out for every single reading. I swear. Eight of Cups. King of Swords, Six of Coins, Eight of Coins, five, also five of, it's like 8, 5, and 10 of Swords. I won't be surprised if we get the 10. 7. 4 of Cups. We have a Queen of Coins, Two of Swords, and a Page of Coins. 10 of Coins, beautiful. See, there is a little bit of materialism coming out. Two of Cups, Hermit. Three of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Fool. Beautiful. So happy for the Fool and the Knight of Swords. I love that combination. Makes me think more positively about the Knight of Swords over here too. And we have a Nine of Cups, King of Coins again, and an Ace of Cups. The universe is going to be very supportive of the courage that you exhibit. Three of Cups, the Devil, and Death. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up. So if you want to join me, you are more than welcome. Thank you so much, Virgo. You know I love you. Have an amazing October and early November, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.